This is Ian Sachs with your MLB update. In the middle of the sixth in Baltimore, it's scoreless between the Orioles and the Blue Jays. At the top of the sixth, the Phillies are leading the Marlins 4-2. Top of the third, Texas has a 2-0 lead on Houston. Middle of the sixth, Milwaukee and Pittsburgh are tied at 2. After 4 innings, it's Atlanta 4 and Washington 1. In the top of the third, it's the Dodgers 2 and the Diamondbacks 1. Bottom of the first, Detroit has a 1-0 lead on San Diego. Finals from around the league today. The New York Yankees topped the Boston Red Sox 7-4. Cleveland pounded Chicago White Sox 12-6. Tampa Bay edged the Cincinnati Reds 1-0. St. Louis put on 10 runs on the Chicago Cubs and won 10-4. And it was the Colorado Rockies blanking the San Francisco Giants 1-0. With your MLB update, I'm Ian Sachs. We are back now with our third segment of the day, and we are looking at some NBA awards from this year. We're going to start it off with the most improved player of the year. Who's improved the most, fellas?
My most improved player of the year has to be New Orleans Pelicans power forward Anthony Davis will take home the crown. Despite a rough year for his ball club, Anthony Davis has emerged into one of the better big men in the league. He's averaging 21 points, 10 boards a game, and 3 blocks, while playing the passing fields with 1.3 steals a game. Davis has shown that he is a stellar player in this league, and his improvement has been vital to his prosperity in the league. And I see him as becoming one of the best premier big men in the league. And he is definitely qualifying of the most improved player in my eyes.
Well, my opinion, I have Gerald Green of the Phoenix Suns here. To me, this guy has just gotten so much better. Who would have thought of the points that he was putting up? Like, who would have thought that Gerald Green would put up the numbers that he is now? When you think about it, his field goal percentage overall has just bumped up so much. Considering last season it was .366 field goal percentage per game. I mean, not per game, but I mean now it's .447. And then considering this year he's averaging 16 points per game, and then this year he's averaging 16 points per game, and last year he was averaging 7, and his 3-point percentage has gone up too, from .314 to .400. I mean, Gerald Green has just helped put the Suns team on his back, along with Goran Dragic down there.
I'm glad you mentioned Goran Dragic. He's mine. That was a nice segue. Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Dragic's stat line from 2013. 14.7 points per game, 7.4 assists per game, 3.1 rebounds per game, shot 44% from the floor, 32% from three-point land, and 75% from the free throw line. Take all those numbers and pretty much increase every single one of them. All but assists have gone up for Dragic this year, and the Suns are a playoff team because of it. Dragic this year, 20.4 points per game, going up almost 6 points a contest. His assists went down. He's now averaging 6 assists a game. Fine.
Still pretty good, though.
It's still pretty good. Still 6 assists a game. His rebounds have gone up 1/10 of a point to 3.2. He's shooting over 50% at 51% from the floor. From three-point land, he's gone up 10 percentage points and is now shooting 41.6% from behind the arc. And his free throw percentage has gone up too. And he's now at 76% from the charity stripe. This guy has carried the Suns team this year and really their success has really been in big part to him, and the reason that they have improved so much and are now, fighting for a playoff spot, whereas last year they weren't, is because of the improved play of Dragic. But anyway, Green, the combination of those two.
Yeah, the combination of those two, it really worked out a lot more than anyone would have expected. In my opinion, your candidate should have been an all-star, honestly.
The combination of those two players is why the Phoenix Suns are the most improved team of this season. Get it?
Well said.
Most improved players on
Very
the
nice.
team, most improved team. Get it?
Very nice. Nice way to tie it all together there. Nice. I like it. Anyway, now we're going to jump over to the defensive side of the ball. Defensive Player of the Year, Sean.
Well, in my opinion, this man straight out of the Congo, Mr. Serge Ibaka. Yes, and he, in my opinion, has definitely deserved the right to wag the finger as much as he does. That classic cliche finger, I feel like he definitely has deserved the right. The man has averaged 2.68 blocks per game, and he's just a defensive anchor for that Thunder team. If you think about it, minus Serge Ibaka, Serge Ibaka. How less defensive? How less of a good team would OKC be defensively? Riddle me that.
There would be no defense down low because Kendrick Perkins is probably one of the most overrated scrubs in the NBA. He's a scrub. So without Ibaka, that team down low would not be as intimidating and as prevailing on the boards.
Yes. So with that being said, I have Mr. Ibaka.
The Congo man himself.
Yes, the Congo man himself as Defensive Player of the Year. Not in my house.
All right, and my Defensive Player of the Year, he's not from the Congo, but he's from, where's Joakim Noah from?
I think Hawaii?
Yeah. Aloha, Joakim. Defensive Player of the Year is Joakim Noah. Why? Because he's a ferocious defender, and he has turned his defense back into that premier defensive team that they've been notably known as over the last couple of seasons. He's averaging 11.2 boards a game, 1.2 steals, 1.5 blocks, and because of his defensive numbers, he has been nominated as one of the best players in the league and is in there for MVP consideration. So my man Joakim, Defensive Player of the Year.
How could you guys overlook my Defensive Player of the Year? DeAndre Jordan of the Los Angeles Clippers. Jordan has amassed 13.8 rebounds per game, an NBA leading 13.8 boards per contest, and 2.46 blocks per game, a mark good for third in the league. His rebounding total is his career best by 5.5, and his blocks is a career best by a half a block per contest. How could you not go with him? I mean, the Clippers' success. Now, granted, I know Blake Griffin is great, and when Chris Paul is playing there, he's phenomenal. But, defense wins games.
Defense
Definitely does.
Defense wins games. And DeAndre Jordan is the rock to that.
He's the rock.
He can't wag that finger, though.
2.46 blocks per game, third in the NBA.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he's rejected a couple people this season.
Oh, remember Brandon Knight? And no one can forget about Brandon Knight.
Yeah, but that really wasn't an ejection. That was a poster.
That was a whole nother level.
That's true. I mean, he's put up those numbers that you gotta look at him in the conversation. You absolutely have to, and that's why he is my pick for defensive player.
All good points,
the year.
gentlemen. All good points.
So now let's go on to Rookie of the Year. The newbies, the babies in the league. Who do we have?
Unfortunately, next year, they still will be newbies and babies because I'm not impressed by any one of these players. However, if I had to pick one, I would pick Michael Carter-Williams. Although his team is 17-62, whoopee. He's averaging 16.6 a game, 6.1 rebounds, and 6.3 assists. Absolutely marvelous numbers, but 17-62. He's impacted his team, and that's why they are 14th in their conference. Sarcasm. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick Michael Carter-Williams. That's how bad this draft class is. Enough said.
Well, Michael Carter-Williams is leading rookies in a lot of categories. However, my Rookie of the Year is Victor Oladipo out of Orlando. I mean, his stats are very favorable if you're looking. 14 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 3.4. I mean, the guy is just he scored in double digits 10 straight games and finished March favorably, compared to your man in MCW. And I mean, the only thing you can say about him is, okay, I mean, he has 3.7 turnovers, but compared to MCW's 4.1 turnovers, it's not.
That's rookie-like numbers, though. They're bound to turn over the ball.
Sean, I am glad that you brought up turnovers, and that is exactly why my Rookie of the Year is Trey Burke.
I love Trey Burke. I think he's actually going to be a great player.
Trey Burke, 1.8 turnovers per game. He has a 3.05 assist to turnover ratio. Best among rookies and 7th in the league among all players. This guy has the IQ to take care of the basketball. He knows what he's doing out there. Sometimes when he's playing, now yes, he's on Utah and they're not that great a team, but when he's playing out there, he makes plays and smart plays that you would say, really? He's only a rookie? So I think that he's got the IQ that's going to take him far in this league. And really, that number that's jumping out to me, 3.05 assist to turnover ratio.
That's great.
He makes his team better, and he doesn't turn over the basketball. And really, that's all you can ask for out of a point guard. Get the ball to the best players, and don't turn it over. And that's exactly what he's done. He's doing his job there, and really better than any of the other rookies.
Yeah, I think you make a good point there. I think Trey Burke has definitely potential in this league, especially having the wingman and Gordon Hayward. I think that's a pretty good combination, Gordon and Trey Burke. So I think they can grow, and they could be. I mean, they're in the Western Conference, unfortunately, but if they were in the East, I think that the Utah Jazz in a couple of years, they could do something with Trey Burke and Gordon Hayward.
They add another player to that.
Oh, yeah.
They'll
do it this year in the lottery draft, They got a lottery pick.
Exactly.
Go for someone, a big man, though. Maybe get Adrian Payne.
Yeah.
Well, Ennis Kanter and Favors are not bad, but they're not.
They're good role players.
Yeah, maybe a small forward, like a big small forward. Maybe Jabari Parker in like 2 or 3 years. Notice how I said 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, he's ready to come in now. He's gonna be averaging 20, 10, and 7 next year. JK. JK. Well, if he stays in college, maybe.
Is this a comical segment now?
If
transition from seriousness to comical.
If he stays in college, he can average that.
Yeah.
But we're not talking college basketball. Hey, he'll be in the running for Rookie of the Year next year. Definitely. We will take a quick break, and then we will be back with 3 more awards: 6-man coach and MVP. Stick around for it.